All right, today we're gabbing with Keltie Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek, who host the very popular long-running podcast LadyGang, as they gear up for the first ever Lady World. You guys, thanks for being here. How are you?
We're scared and excited.
A little stressed, but
little diarrhea every once in a while.
Listen, it happens.
The huge.
So Lady World, tell me about it, because you guys have been around. Because I interviewed you all back when I was at Yahoo. I had a series with Yahoo years ago, and now I'm on my own. And back then, I was like, LadyGang has been around. Like, you guys are like top of the game. And
are you calling us old?
No, I'm calling you like the fucking pros. That's what I'm calling.
Thank you.
And like, it's been almost a decade, I think, since LadyGang started, correct? Like, and I'm sure you guys have done live shows and tours and things like that, but Lady World is like a full-on festival situation. Yeah. So why evolve into that? Why now?
Keltie, you want to take it off?
It's her fault. It's her fault. It's my fault. No, we had discussed for a long time, like, just doing a summer camp, because the truth is that Lady and life in general gets so busy, and you don't want to plan anything. Like, it's so overwhelming to like get the hotel and figure out what you want to do and plan the activities if you're not a planner. And we were like, you know what we miss is just like that summer camp of, your childhood and having everything planned. And we'd been to BravoCon a bunch and had seen these like influencer trips to like Egypt and Tarte and everywhere around the world. And I was like, what if we brought these things together? Like, it was all the pop culture favorites. You got to see these live podcasts and live comedy from like Hannah Berner, Stassi Schroeder, and then some music. And then you also had the elements of like friendship and beach games and an activities tent where you're like learning how to give yourself a lymphatic massage on your face so that your cheekbones pop. And you got gifting like you were a celebrity and a gifting suite, but you're not a celebrity. Like, we just put all the things we wanted in a festival together and blew it up. So it's amazing because nothing like this has ever existed. You literally can get up in the morning, do as much as little as you want. You want to sound bath on the beach at 9 a.m.? Great. You want to go to a class with Becca and make some beads or do some line painting with Jack and make a craft? Great. You want to, and then at night, you want to see Chris Kirkpatrick, O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, LFO, BB Mac, and Mark McGrath sing hits from your childhood? Great.
It is really like a choose your own adventure. Like, you can do as much or as little as you want, but we just wanted to make like the perfect ideal weekend for the millennial gal. Like, we're tired, but we want to party. We want to have a good time. We have over, I think, 300 girls that are coming solo, like literally coming alone.
That's amazing.
Don't know anybody. And we're having a special VIP cocktail hour for them so they can mix and mingle. But that's always been something with LadyGang shows. So many girls come alone because they know that they're going to meet friends there. So, and so many people have met so many of their best friends through LadyGang. So it's just going to be like the ultimate place for everybody to get together, have a good time, forget about the world for one weekend.
Sounds like heaven. And I always say that about Bravo events. I do a lot of Bravo stuff, obviously. And like, you can go to a Bravo podcast taping and go alone, meet people. And like, there's just something special about these podcast communities, I think, where it's like, a lot of times you're listening on your own, right? You're walking around, you're driving, whatever. But like, I bet is there a LadyGang Facebook group? I bet that like exists. And like, that's how it just, the connectiveness is so special. And like, you guys have created something so,
We've had LadyGangers marry each other.
Wow.
They literally fell in love and married each other. Like, yes.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Is this Becca, is this Ford?
We have a visitor.
Speaking of Lady World, that it can't come soon enough in some ways, I'm the resident mother of this podcast, and I have a 3.5-year-old son. Aww. And I'm the ultimate... Oh, it keeps singing. This is Welcome to My World. I'm so sorry.
Screen time. No,
Screen time. I'm sorry to call you out.
It's podcast and a show. We have a little side show. I love it.
I'm so sorry. My boomer mom is supposed to be watching him, but she had to get to her bar class.
Oh my God.
She's going to be here in 5 minutes. She's like the ultimate boomer.
It's okay. I get it.
We also have Pure Bar at the beach at 10 a.m. A pop-up. So speaking of, no, I was going to say, I I think, by the way, thank you for supporting us all these years. When this came up, we were like, oh my God, we have to do this. Like, it just means so much to us. So thank you. And congrats on your success too.
Thank you. That's really nice of you to say. And I mean, I look up to what you guys have built, and it's just like, it's such an, I mean, again, you've gotten to this place where you can just be like, hey, we're going to be here. We're going to organize this amazing weekend for like thousands of people, and they're all going to come and buy tickets, and just, it's incredible. And I think that the music lineup, you guys, is like, I mean, it's boy band extravaganza. It's LFO, BB Mac, O-Town, Chris from NSYNC, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray. Like, that's it. You know, like I would, that in and of itself is enough to want to come to this.
Well, and it's really fun how it's a thing called Pop 2K. Like, they're like a traveling, you know, they do their
really? They're like a group together.
Yeah, so this isn't like they're not going to be figuring it out at Lady World. Like, they have this down pat.
Oh my God.
Like, they'll do the NSYNC songs with Chris, smart. But Chris is the Justin, and then O-Town is the rest of NSYNC, and they're singing and dancing, and it's like a medley. Then
it's a super group.
It's literally a super group. It's going to be so much fun. And we also are doing theme nights. So Friday is going to be tropical themed. Like, you wear your best, like, you know, tropical coconut bra, which is what I'll be wearing. And then Saturday, because of the Pop 2K, it's Y2K themed. So it's like, you're either dressed like yourself from high school, or dress like in your velour tracksuit, or have your butterfly clips in. But like, we're really trying to bring the vibes to make it like the best time ever, so you can live your like nostalgic dreams.
And it also really, I'm looping back to the Choose Your Own Adventure, because like, it can be the music festival, it can be like a wellness thing, it can be just live podcast extravaganza, it can be like a Real Housewives girls trip if you want it to be. Like, it.
Yes, it really is whatever you want to make it.
I'm the loser that plays mahjong, so I'll be on the beach playing mahjong with all the other losers.
I have been wanting to learn mahjong. It's having a moment, so
you can learn at Lady World. We have an instructor.
Yes,
we're having a class.
I need to learn. I'm curious from all three of you, because I feel like, again, you guys are really like a kind of a forebear in the podcast space. Honestly, you were in early, and in like the past year or so, there have been a couple like big quote unquote trend piece articles about like the rise of like the Girly Squad podcast, kind of like with Giggly Squad and the Toast. But like, first of all, you were there earlier, and also second of all, like, I don't really view it as a trend. I just think it's like, I don't know if people are noticing it in a different way, or I'm curious of people in this space, like, what do you think about, because there are a lot of shows that are just like super popular and you can all coexist at the same time, but what do you think about that?
We were just ahead of the time before, you know, like it was very saturated in the market. I mean, I look at it the same way as I look at the cunty bob. So I've sported a bob for many, many, many years. And Leslie Bibb, who I love so much, got the cunty bob cut for White Lotus. And then Girls Around the Nation, a couple on this podcast I won't mention, but you know, it's like, I've been sitting here shouting from the rooftops that the bob is it, and now, so that's how we look at the other women in podcasting. We've been the cunty bob of podcasting, and everyone else is just catching up, and that's why it's getting the attention it's getting.
Yeah, like, and on a dark side, I would just say, like, the Time 100 creators list just came out, and all those people are on it, you know, and I just want to put it out there that, like, there wasn't a Time 100 creators list when we created LadyGang.
There we go.
And so I think we should be honorary members. Like, you know, when they gave George Clooney that Golden Globe, even though he, like, had never won a Golden Globe. And
that's what we need.
Like, I want an honorary.
You
like,
need the
you're
honorary
welcome.
Webby, right? Or the honorary, right? Yeah.
Because, well, Gibson, I'm too cheap to apply for a Webby. Because a Webby, you have to pay your own fee. And I'm like, you can't have my $500. I'm using that to get my cunty bob. I'm keeping that. And then the other thing is that, like, when we started podcasting, there weren't even female brands advertising. It was car companies and beer and sports gambling. Wow. And we literally used to go, and I'd be like, girls, take a picture of your bathrooms. And we would take pictures of our bathrooms and make lists of every product we were using, from razors to like fungicides for our vaginas, like whatever it was. And we would send them to the ad team. We're like, go after this, go after this, go after this. And like, so I want my Time 100 creator back honorary mention. B, you're welcome, girlies. And C, thank God there's women in podcasting, because now all the biggest brands in the world are like, oh, well, let's not make a TV commercial. Let's invest in podcast ads. And we're like, please bring those to us.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're like the steady steed. We've been around forever. We're not like the most popular women's podcast. We're not like the trend, but that's kind of what we like, because we've grown up with these women over the past 10 years. We've seen girls at shows that came in 2016 that are now coming to shows now that are like having kids, getting married, getting divorced, making new friends. And it's like, that's what we want. We don't want to be a trend. We want to be like a lifestyle for these women. And that's kind of like what it's turned into unintentionally. We never meant to do it, but that's what we are.
But it happened.
It's more meaningful for us that way anyways.
Absolutely.
And not to be shady, with 99% of the podcasts, we're friends with them. There's only a couple girls that we
100%.
hate.
Yeah. And also, but everyone can have a cunty bob if they want one. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true. It's a free market.
Absolutely.
It's just who's going to look best with it. LadyGang is still looking the best with the cunty bob, you know?
Listen, we're
still rocking it.
Yeah. But I think, like you said, 99% of you guys get along and stuff. Like, you have Hannah and Stassi headline and Rachel Lindsay like headlining your festival at Lady World. So it's like, I love also, because I feel like 10 or 20 years ago that people wouldn't have want you all to get all the like women podcasters to get along. They would have like wanted to pit people against each other and whatever. But there's, in this year, like, there's space for everybody to be supportive, and that's so much more inspiring, and people are so much more likely to support all of you. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's amazing.
Yeah. I think it's the one thing we learned from that like bro podcasting space. Like, Joe Rogan has taught us nothing, if not, and I repeat, nothing, if not that, you know, the more that you promote each other's things, the stronger the whole body of the female podcasting space gets. And like, I'm really proud of all of us, because we're millennial women, most of us, and we were taught to cut each other's throats and like knock bitches down to get what we wanted. Certainly me being an actress, it's like been really hard to reprogram, but I'm really happy that these two women are more like that. And it's so fun. Like, Stassi's the greatest, and Caitlin she grew up with Keltie.
Well. Right.
So it's just like such a cool group of women that really do support one another.
And Becca got Hannah to do our festival on an Instagram DM.
Oh, yeah.
It's my claim to fame. I'm like, this was
just slide in.
To be, you know, she's the hottest thing right now. She's on fire. And we just didn't think, we were reaching for the stars when we were doing this entire lineup, and we're shocked that any of them said yes. But we were like, this is going to be a Hail Mary. If Hannah, you know, we doubt it. We doubt we can afford her. We're not cool enough. We're too old. And then I just was like, why not? Why the hell not? And so she was like the quickest to give a yes.
Hannah's the most down person ever.
She's
so
down.
Like, she's like, it's so casual with her. That's amazing.
I love it.
All right, I want to go into some pop culture stuff, because I feel like there haven't been like that many big pop culture stories in the past like month or so. Like, I feel like we're kind of like in a drought. But so I'm like, when I'm thinking about what the fuck has been happening, the Ritz-Carlton cruise comes to mind, and I'm like, I feel like that coalesced with like the Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez wedding, and then like we have all these like offshoot vacations happening right now. What did you make of the wedding and cruise moment? Because it was it was like, yeah, we're over here having a lot of fun in Italy and what have you, and watch us.
What's the Ritz-Carlton cruise? How have I not heard about this? No. God, I'm on a weird side of TikTok right now.
You are. You like Jack likes reptiles, so you wouldn't have seen Martha Stewart on a cruise.
We all have our own thing. Yeah, it was like
it's
Martha
definitely
Stewart,
not. It's not on brand.
Kendall
for me.
Jenner, Tom Brady, Sofia Vergara, like all these random influencers, just like on like the Ritz-Carlton cruise collection, and it was just.
They got a payday. It's the Tarte trip for real rich people.
Yes,
right.
So true.
Well, I mean, cruising is trying to fix their whole reputation.
After the Poop Cruise documentary.
There you go.
I haven't watched yet. Do I need to watch that?
It's wild. It's wild.
Okay.
But like, honestly, if I can give anybody some leeway to bring on like the fanciest people ever to try to fix their brand, it would be cruise ships. Like, you can do that. That's fine. You know, it's you're saving a dying art. And, you know, one celebrity at a time.
But I feel like, it used to be more glamorous than it is. So like it can loop back around, I guess.
Yes.
Let me tell you something I learned or I know about celebrities. They love a boat. They love a free boat. Like you would have to, you know how much money you would have to pay to get Martha Stewart to do some sort of Instagram post from like the one hotel in New York City? She's not doing that.
Right.
But like, if you can put her on a boat, they just love a boat. I think they think that the paparazzi can't get them or something. I don't know. Like,
and if they do, it's like a cool grainy shot that like,
and
just
you're
makes
like,
it look like.
I think it's
Where
really
you can't see the cellulite on the back of your legs.
exactly.
Listen, it's very blurred. Yes,
It's blurry. It's
edges.
rich. Like, people just love a boat. And the thing, we were actually talking about this on LadyGang this week. The thing that came out of the boating Bezos wedding for me was the realization, or the factual realization, that there's the $500 million yacht, like the big boy yacht that everyone goes on to play on. And then they're followed by a $50 million yacht that houses the toys. It's 2 yachts. They have the yacht that they go on, and then they have the yacht that has like the helicopter pad and pickleball and the tenders, because the $500 million yacht is so big you can't even get into an island. So you got to get the tenders. And then I was with some people that are boat people, and they were like asking other people that we knew that had gone on the boat, and they were like, what was Bezos' tender like? And I was like, damn, you guys are comparing dinghies? Wow, that is some rich person shit. That like the little baby boat that takes you in, the little dinghy, the lifeboat, now you're like, what's your tender like?
Yes. Wow. You know how I know I'm not rich? I thought you were talking about chicken tenders. I was like, oh, they have the tenders over on that boat. That's where they're making the food. So that's
that too, probably.
They probably have bomb chicken fingers, honestly.
Every sauce you want, every sauce.
Yeah.
I don't think the kids are invited. I don't think kids are invited on those boats.
No.
Yeah,
they have their own yacht following as well, with the nanny.
Yeah.
There's a third yacht.
The $25 million one. Yeah, exactly.
Gross. Barf.
Where they put the children. It's wild. Rich people are wild.
They are. So I just saw a Page 6 story this morning that out of the Ritz-Carlton yacht thing, now there's this, felt like a planted story, but I'm going to bring it up anyway, that Sofia Vergara and Tom Brady are having a summer romance together.
Oh.
First thoughts on that?
She's too old for him.
Okay.
He's going to go young. He's gonna
That's
go.
What it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way a man gets out of a marriage after being cheated on with the karate instructor, allegedly, and goes with, no offense, she's beautiful, but like, I think that he's probably going to be aiming more in that Sydney Sweeney area. You know,
they've been married how long?
Who?
Tom and Giselle.
Tom and Giselle. They're married for a long time.
Like 15 years, I feel like 10 years.
Yeah, it's like he's definitely going to have his midlife crisis moment.
For sure.
Yeah, but you're not settling down when you're on the boat. The boats are for fun.
Yeah.
Like, the boats are for flings, you know? Yeah. And it's like, the thing about Tom Brady you have to remember, allegedly, is that he's a hard worker. Okay, because he wasn't naturally talented. He was very low. I don't know anything about the sports, but he was low on the draft. He was under. People did not think he would be a star. And then he worked really hard, which means he's going to work really hard, if you know what I mean. He's got a work ethic.
I don't think he's working that hard if she's going with the jiu-jitsu instructor. If you're,
but you get sick of the same tender. The same chicken tender.
You gotta change it up. I mean, since their divorce, he has been working hard in terms of like trying to be linked to somebody in the press, because at first it was Kim, then it was somebody else, now it's Sofia Vergara, and I'm like, none of it's real. It's sort of, none of it's really sticking. You know what I mean? So
he's like, I don't know how I'm going to get invited to the Met Gala if I'm not part of a celebrity power couple. Because it's extra fun, I think, when you're a celebrity power couple.
Definitely. Oh my God. And it's like so much, you share the burden too, It's like, I think he's kind of like, I think he's having a bit of an identity thing in terms of like his public image.
Yeah. You're like,
there are two deaths. There are 2 deaths for athletes: the death of when you retire, and then your actual death. Same level of grief, they say.
And the first one happens like much earlier. There's a lot of time to kill.
Well, and then didn't Tom Brady? I think Tom Brady tried to be like a sportscaster, or maybe he still is, but he wasn't fantastic at that. It takes 10,000 hours, Tom. I understand. The teleprompter is hard.
I think they couldn't afford him. Yeah.
Like, lower your
but you know who can? Ritz-Carlton Cruises.
Period. The other vacation that I'm kind of obsessed with is Dakota Johnson and Kate Hudson. Like, that's just I feel like I hadn't connected them in my mind before, but it obviously makes total sense. What are they talking about? What are they gossiping about on their ship?
Ex-narcissistic musician boyfriends, ex-husbands, ex-fiancés. 1,000,000%. There were so many drunk, chain-smoking nights talking about the crazy shit they endured while being with those men.
You know what? I am really starting to love Dakota Johnson. I feel like she is such a sneaky, hilarious person, and her humor is so flat and so it goes over everybody's head, but it's like I'm really getting into it. She's like low-key fucking hilarious.
Her press tour for Materialists was like
so good.
Did you watch her on Hot Ones? It was fantastic.
Yes.
She like did
So
not
good.
want to be there so badly, and she had to be. You know.
I did a.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, I did a press junket with her that she definitely didn't want to be at. And for the interviewer, I don't know if you've ever been in this position, Gibson, but for the interviewer, it's horrible because you're like, you're the process in which her dry humor is bouncing off of. Like, you're the loser that's like trying to get her to actually say something about the movie.
You're trying to be like bubbly and like,
And you're trying to be like, oh my God, you're so excited to be in a superhero movie. And she's like, I mean,
it's also one of those things where it's like if when you're sitting there in person in that quiet ass hotel room with like 20 people low key around you, and it's like you have to react so quickly, or like you're like, is she being funny or not? Like, am I like?
Well, that's what it is. You don't know if she's joking or not.
Whereas like when you're watching it on YouTube, you're sitting in your apartment in your house, you're like, you can figure it out as you keep watching.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh no, I would not want to be an interviewer for her interview. It looks like it's so painful.
Yeah.
I also appreciate that she can give the vibe that she thinks the movie she's promoting sucks. Yes. Like she will, I mean, I guess Nepo babies can kind of do that because it's like, who's going to fire them?
She's not going to fail.
Right. She can just keep going to the next connection. I mean, that's rude. That's very rude because Kate Hudson's famous for being like, yeah, we got in the door, but then our talent kept us there. So apologies, Nepo babies. But still, that's why she's allowed to be, that's why she's allowed to be rude. Yeah, I know. No. It's hard. It's so hard.
I agree. Dakota Johnson, like, she's the star that I'm very excited about. Like, I want to see what's next from her, and she always does something. Her movies are all like, she did a superhero movie, she did Materialist, I love it. Like, she's interesting.
I think she is.
Yeah.
I think she is, but also like, even if she isn't, like, her personality is enough for me to like want to watch her in anything. You know what I mean?
I love her face too. I love looking at her face.
She's gorgeous. Oh my God, her in that blue dress. Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry.
Oh God.
First of all, I thought it was very interesting that the publicist finally decided to confirm it the night before the 4th of July, which is like classic. Like, let's bury it.
Yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. What do you think? Because they're like still on vacation together. They're like in Italy or something together right now. And they're like, it's not like too acrimonious.
Well, my favorite thing that happened was after he announced, I don't know, after the news broke, I guess unofficially, he was like posting inspirational quotes on his Instagram that were like the lamest. Like, he must have found them by Googling inspirational quote. Pixelated, blurry,
very close, Kardashian coded. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I love that because celebrities are just like Keltie, you know?
I love it.
Yeah. I feel sad for Daisy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that their child?
Yeah. I mean,
She'll be all right.
I liked them together a lot. Mm-hmm. I just feel like Katie has to decide if she's going to tour, because every time she goes on a big tour, not every time, but like it feels like tour Katie might not be in a relationship Katie, because this is now,
or it gives like the partner the out almost. It's weird. Like the Russell Brand, remember? Yeah, like in the movie, she famed, like that was.
I remember that scene. I remember nothing. I remember nothing in my life. Somehow, I remember her laying on that chair, getting her glam, and like crying. And she had just been on the phone with him. And it was like the moment that the relationship crumbled into a million pieces. And I was like, I've never felt so much for a pop star in my life.
Yeah. And then they're like, do you want to cancel? And she's like, start. And then everyone's like, start.
And then she sings The One That Got Away. And it was just it's so true. I think that moment did so much for her as like a celebrity and a star.
Yeah.
Low-key. Like,
but I also feel like I don't know who the creative director is, and please don't hate me, but they have her in a lot of flats on this tour. It's like Katie is gorgeous. She's so beautiful. Like, I don't understand why you're putting her in ugly outfits with a flat boot. It's not good on anyone. And I don't know if she has plantar fasciitis or like she needs to be in a flat. Like, I get it.
She's
My feet hurt
around.
too.
Yeah,
it's heavy.
They're like putting her in the ugliest outfits, and I was like, Katy Perry needs to be in a beautiful gown, having a moment, a little like sassy outfit. Like I don't know what
they always think they're tricking us with those metallic, like over the knee
bodysuit booty things.
So true.
Even Taylor wore a block heel on the Eras tour, and she was running through stadiums.
But then she also wore those weird tap shoes.
Let's not talk about her fashion.
I can't with the tap shoes. Yeah, the fashion is. I have a whole theory about the Taylor Swift fashion that I think. I think it's purposely not good to relate to her core audience. Like
1 million.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's giving her too much credit, but I don't think there's anything. I don't know. That's what I think. I really do think that.
There has to be an explanation.
There's got to be.
There's got to be.
Yeah. All right. Reality TV. We're going more specific.
Oh, I just saw Shannon Bedore last night at
Oh,
Eagles.
yes.
Yeah.
How was she?
She told me, do you want to have some tea?
Yeah, I'd love some
It's already
tea.
out. I don't know if anyone's reporting on it. She told me that Jen got invited to Alexis and John Jansen's wedding and then got disinvited. Dr. Jen. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
And she settled for $60,000 to John Jansen. So she was like, enjoy your wedding that I paid for. She's really cunty about it now, which I enjoy.
I enjoy that. I think I'm liking this past year and a half Shannon that we've been getting. I think and I'm excited for this season. Where are you? Where are all of you on Real Housewives? Like, what are you watching? What are you not watching? Like, what's really interesting to you?
Currently, Miami.
Yes,
because it's the best franchise that there is.
So fucking good.
You know, when I was listening to Bitch Sesh the other day, you know, Casey Rose Wilson and Nicole Schneider, Danielle Schneider, they do such a good job of like pointing things out that we're subconsciously taking in, but then they really put words to it. And they said, Miami might be the franchise where you genuinely like the most amount of the women, which it's so controversial of an opinion, because I always think when you're casting housewives, you want to hate all of them, right? Like the psychos, the ones that are just narcissists and all the things. But Miami, I would like to hang out with 4 of them. Larsa not being one of them.
Okay. I don't blame you. But I think ultimately you do want to root for people. Like that's, even if they're like unlikable, you want them to persevere. Yes.
I mean,
especially with all these terrible men in their lives, you know, it's like
terrible men.
Yeah.
The worst of any franchise.
Jack and Keltie, where are you on Housewives these days?
I'm not a big Housewives person. I mean, I'll watch Salt Lake. I watch Salt Lake, and that's about it. But these 2 are the Housewives gals.
Got it.
She's a Love Island girly.
Love Island Bachelor girl.
Which this is my first season of Love Island ever this year.
You didn't watch last year?
No, that's why I watched this year, because last year was so popular.
So good.
I felt I had so much FOMO, and I'm like, but how do I have 50 hours in my life to devote to a show?
You make
but I also
the
watch
time.
Big Brother and every Real Housewives franchise, and like, what is life?
I know. You make the time because then you get sucked in. Even though this season is an absolute dumpster fire, and I don't know what's happening, it's like it's like a train wreck. You can't stop watching. I'm like obsessed.
Is that why you 2 don't watch Love Island, because it's just too much of a commitment?
I like aspirational reality television. So
Love Island is not that.
Like, I want to be able to imagine being in the balmy mansions of Miami and not whatever's happening on Love Island.
Sure.
Chlamydia.
Probably.
I watch New York. I watch OC. I watch The Valley. I watch Salt Lake. And Beverly Hills. And so I'm very excited about Rachel on Beverly Hills.
I was about to ask about Rachel. Rachel's
Yeah. So we have a mutual friend, and I just went to Ibiza with our mutual friend. And the whole time we were there, all we did every day was send Rachel photos of us on the beaches in Ibiza and partying. And she was like, motherfucker, you bitches. She's like, I hate my working summer because they're filming right now.
Right.
And she can't be free. She can't be in a caftan in Ibiza. She has to be working. And I was like, well, you wanted Housewives.
Sorry, not sorry.
I think it's going to be awesome, and I think people are going to get really upset. And the thing that I'm the most excited about, and this is mean, but like, where do we go with the Dorit Rachel Zoe fashion? Like Dorit has lived on being the girl that is, you know, remember that time they were at, where's that place near Stagecoach?
In Palm Springs.
Yes, they're in Palm Springs and they're going to dinner. And Dorit walks out in a black mesh catsuit with a black panty and black bra. I'm like, where are you going right now? I mean, I would do the same. But
cable TV, that's where she's going.
Yeah, for sure. But I can't wait because there is something about being around Rachel. Like it's the history. Like she's like this history lesson. So if anyone, I'm not saying they are, if anyone is wearing a dupe, which they might be,
she should call it out.
If anyone bought something on the real to wear on Housewives they thought was real and that was authenticated real but is not real, like, and then if someone's like, oh, I'm wearing Louis Vuitton, and she'd be like, oh, Vuitton is one of my friends. I love Carl. Like, oh my God, we had that crazy night in Paris in 1987. Like, it's going to be such a fucking gloat show, and I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, it's sort of like when they added Jenna Lyons to Roni, and you had Jessel like wearing all these mixing designer labels, and Jenna was like, "No, girl, don't do that. Like we do one label at a time.
Yeah.
Like it's legit."
But I like my housewives to be like a little tragic with the fashions. Like
totally.
I really enjoy, so I don't want Rachel to bring outfits that I want to wear necessarily. Like
she won't.
I hope she delivers.
You're not a caftan girl.
I hope she doesn't give me a fluffy fucking jacket.
She will.
I hate a fluffy jacket. I mean, she's been wearing a fluffy jacket for 40 years.
Yeah,
she's gonna. That's how I envision
you guys.
Maybe she'll
jacket.
rebrand though. This is her new era.
No.
Maybe she'll use it as a rebrand. No,
there's no rebrand. She came in. She was at E. She did the Met Gala show with us, and she walked in like 4 hours before we were going live. I'm in my sweatpants, like getting glam. She walked in her gown and a fluffy black jacket to go into glam. She had wet hair and no makeup on. Like she wore the fluffy jacket as her getting ready outfit. So there's no doubt in my mind there will be a feather fluffy full fur, not a faux fur, a full fur in the summer in Beverly Hills.
Oh my God.
She'll commit to the bit, you know?
Big jewelry, hair in your ass cheeks, like it's happening.
What I feel like with Rachel, it's like she is, I mean, we were talking earlier about like millennial nostalgia and like she was such a core figure for so many of us as millennials. Like I think of her and Paris and Nicole as like pretty foundational to like, I think a lot of our humor, honestly. Like, like I still say things that they said 20 years ago, you know, like in my daily life. And there's something like so like, it kind of feels like coming home having Rachel Zoe back on our TVs because like she's such an integral personality to like, again, our foundational like understanding of pop culture, you know?
It's true. It's how I feel about Brad Gresky too.
Yeah. Totally.
You know, we all see him as Brad from Zoe Project, but it's, you know, he's so nostalgic for us.
And then when you see him kill it, like on Demi Moore all award season, you're like, Brad got the dress! Like, and you're still picturing him in the Rachel Zoe Project being like,
crying.
The dress hasn't come. Where's the dress? There's only one dress. And then Roger's like, curmudgeon being like, I hear about another dress. Like, I don't know.
And Taylor's also there getting angry about it.
Taylor's
Yeah,
like, she's got her bang. Yeah,
so
it's
iconic.
wild. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited, and I also am excited about whatever's going to happen in New York because it did not. The rebrand did not go well.
Yeah, I
want them to just bring back the olds.
I know. I was just on Bryn's podcast this week, and I never met her before.
I just saw she has one.
Yeah, I had never met her before, but they reached out to have me on there, and in person, she's pretty like irresistible. Honestly, like she has that personality, but it's just like when. Obviously, these women went deeper with her within the context of a reality show, which is such a different environment. But it was just so interesting having that experience, and like, I really liked her, you know. But on
She's
TV, it's
likable.
such a different story. Yeah,
I mean, she had, you know, she had a psychotic break, but before that happened, I was a big fan.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah,
charming as fuck.
With Rachel Zoe, it's like it's another one of these moments where Bravo's sort of stunt casting, and we're bringing in somebody who we're already familiar with. Are there people who any of you are like, that person would make a really good housewife, or that person should be on reality TV and they're not?
Keltie Knight.
I mean,
Yep.
I believe it.
Yep.
All we want is to see her on a Housewives franchise.
It's been our dream.
What she will bring is beyond anyone's wildest dreams. Truly.
Keltie, have you ever had any calls or any conversations about that?
No comment.
Okay. Would you do it?
We would make her. We would force her. We would drug her. We would literally drug her and send her out into the cameras.
Well, Keltie would do anything for success, and it would really boost the success of LadyGang if she was on there. So it would.
Lady World could travel.
No.
Yeah, Lady World could travel. Yeah.
What is it? The something raises the tides, all boats.
A rising tide raises all boats. Yes.
The problem for me with it is that I did last year go through a DHgate TikTok K-hole, which if you guys are not familiar, there was for a while before they took them down because it's illegal. There were a lot of TikTokers that were doing like, click my link in bio for all of my fake bags and fake things on DHgate. All the dupes, and they were like my dupe site, and there would be lists of like the product, and everything was like $20. And I was like, this is amazing. And so I just started ordering everything. And then the thing is that I am a rich person, so I have lots of real things. So I would mix them, and people believe me. It's not like, you know, before I was a television star and a podcast killer, I was a dancer. I was a dancer in New York, and my mom forced me to have a backup job, and I went to the Long Island Beauty Academy and got my hair cutting license. And at the Long Island Beauty Academy, I can tell you
specifically hair cutting. Haircutting. I mean, they taught us how to do other things, a perm, you know. But anyway, every girl at the Long Island Beauty Academy had a Louis Vuitton Neverfull. And I can tell you 100% each one of those was from Canal Street. But you were like looking at this girl and you're like, Denise, you're at the Long Island Beauty Academy. There's no way this is a real Louis Vuitton Neverfull. But when I, host of E! News, went into the studio with a Prada slipper, people were like, oh my God, are those still available? I love those. And I'm like, I got them on DHgate. These are fake. They were $20. So that would be my biggest problem. People would find out that
Rachel would call it out.
Rachel would be like, they never made, even Becca. One time she was at my house. We were doing something. I think it was press. And I had a fake, I've since given them away. I just want everyone to know.
Thank God.
I had a fake Prada slide, beautiful, a slide like
with the lug sole,
and I was like, just wear these, and she's like, oh, and she put them on. She's like, oh, they look cute, and she goes, I can't wear these. They never made them. They only made them in Oxford. So, and Becca was like, people will know, and I was like, So then I gave them away too. But anyway, it's like the Housewives, like Heather Gay. I know on the season 1 of Housewives of Salt Lake City that you did not even know what Balenciaga was, let alone had enough money to get the Balenciaga everything.
I feel like I would just wear all black and make it look like stealth wealth, even if it was like $20 clothes. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's how I would do it.
Lisa Barlow told me she spent $250,000 on clothes the first season of Housewives for Salt Lake. Yeah.
Wow, I've never heard that.
And I was like, how do you have that much money? But anyway, like really.
I was watching The Valley, and I was wondering, do we think that when Britney was in Hawaii, her Fendi one piece was real?
No.
Oh my God.
No, I don't. I don't think that.
I don't think Fendi made a one piece.
They don't made those. Exactly. They never made those.
Nothing is cheaper than getting a fake designer swimsuit. They're like $4 on DHgate. So I'm sure she's...
And there's also the Chanel earrings that I feel like are, I don't know if those are ever real either, that we see.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And the Valley is great for fashion as well because it reminds you what normal people are wearing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what the Valley is. It's just
the Valley is like
it's reality, you know?
Yeah. And they're like that bad Shein polyester that like they steamed it before the confessional and it's already wrinkly again.
And it always
nobody has good fashion at all on the Valley.
No, and
there's nobody that's a fashion moment.
And what sort of reminds you of it also is like every scene on that show is like it just seems so hot. Like they're like going out to eat, and it's like they're having like cheeseburgers, and they're like just sweating, and they're all acknowledging the heat. And I'm just like,
This is the valley.
If this wasn't dark enough already, you know, and just in terms of like how they're like, oh fuck, I have to go film in 100 degrees, and I'm gonna wear.
So true.
Yeah.
And the men in their pants, like Jesse, Lolly.
Oh god.
Nobody asked for your ankles. Nobody asked.
No, but what's his name? Danny. He wears like a airbrush.
It's 2008 with him. Yeah,
he's wearing a tunic at all times. He's a short man. He needs a crop.
Oh, and Mia is one of the most stunning people.
She's gorgeous. Yeah,
I've ever laid eyes on. The potential that is missed with the
house dress.
Chic and the Valley do not go hand in hand at all. And okay, speaking of the Valley, this season feels like at once like landmark, like amazing drama, like such a good reality. Like there's so much material. But on the other hand, I'm getting to the point, we're deep into the season, almost done probably, where I'm like kind of exhausted by it, and I feel like there's not enough like balance. There's no humor. Like I don't really laugh watching the Valley. It's like we have an onslaught of information every single week. Do you guys feel the same way, or does that not really affect you?
It's devastatingly bleak.
Yeah.
Like it is the fact that I'm celebrating. The thing that brought me the most joy was Kristen Doty marrying a doomsday prepper. And getting engaged. Like that says so much. And listen, he's come around to where I'm like, maybe I would have dated Luke if I were single.
Yeah, sure, Luke seems not so bad.
It's all relative. Yeah.
But it's all relative. But it's also what they were saying on Bitch Sesh about Miami Housewives. Sometimes you're watching it for so long that you catch yourself being like, Lisa Hochstein is stunningly beautiful. And you're like, oh my God, my whole version of like beauty, and she's a blow up doll. But you get into the world and then your brain starts really tricking you.
I feel we had Alex Baskin actually just a few weeks ago on LadyGang. If you want to hear a great convo about all of his shows, it was incredible. First of all, I felt so uncomfortable with Jax having a phone in rehab, but then Alex told us it's a legality thing. And I kind of didn't say this to Alex because I want him to be my friend, but it's kind of like, yeah, but just because he had the phone in rehab doesn't mean like you should be texting him, hey, take a confessional. Like, I think you should just leave him alone when he's in rehab. Like he really needed the rehab. So I felt very uncomfortable with him like doing that. I'm really excited to get out and everything.
Keltie, of all people.
You know you'd be doing the same.
But Jax was, no one sent Jax the directive to film a confessional. Just like when you were laid up in the emergency room with your broken arm.
Wrist.
And you were taking footage for your later on People spread about how your life flashed before your eyes.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
If you're a celebrity and you go to the hospital and you don't get a picture taken, you're not trying hard enough, in my opinion.
The People exclusive badge in the corner. I'm sorry, I just do.
Thank you. You know what I mean? And this is why LadyGang works, because one of us has to be hungry for. We did a press days in New York for Lady World. We were going around and we're doing People, Us Weekly, we're all this stuff. By the end of we were only on hour 8, maybe of press, like day 2. Jack was trying to wear her sweatsuit to People magazine. That's how much he didn't give a fuck. She looked at me in the fucking clothes she woke up in, and she goes, I can just wear this, right? I don't feel like getting dressed. And I was like, I'm gonna murder you. I was like, we're going to the
Lamb's been here since 6 a.m. Come on.
I was like, we're not doing any TV, so I just can wear sweatpants, right?
This is
and
on
I was
camera,
like,
right?
and that really says it all. Like, you're either calling the paparazzi on yourself, taking the photos of yourself when you're almost dying, in quotes, or
you're wearing a sweatsuit to People.
You're wearing a sweatsuit to People magazine with like a little bit of barbecue sauce from lunch. You know?
You know what? And we love the balance, and that is, I'm guessing, a big appeal for your audience, that everybody sees a little bit of themselves in each of you. And like, it's just, that's pretty special. And now we have Lady World, which is just, you're going to be face to face with thousands of women who listen to you every single week. And like, they feel so strongly about their connection to you and the people that you have also have listening to you, that they want to travel to this one place and just like spend time with each other. Like, that's fucking cool. That's really fucking cool. And you guys should feel very proud of that.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You want to come?
Do you want to go?
I would love to come.
Do you want to do press day with me? Well, actually, Jack's out, so if you want to come, because that was
I'll wear
great
a coat and tie, baby. I'll wear whatever the fuck you want.
And the Chanel earrings.
Yes.
Yes.
You can borrow
And the
my
Fendi one piece.
Prada flats,
And
and,
the
then you
Prada,
wear
yeah,
all the
exactly.
brands at one
Yes.
time.
I'm going to go to Canal Street after we finish recording right now.
I hope so.
Yes.
What's up, baby?
Oh my God. Well, Lady World tickets, are they still available? Do all the plugs before we sign off here.
Sure. Thanks so much for having us, first of all. And we would love to
course.
have you and host you. If you want to come, maybe you could do a listener giveaway or something like that.
I'd love to
let's
do
work
that.
it out.
Let's do it.
So tickets are available. A lot of areas of the festival are sold out already. And we were just featured in Rolling Stone, which was so crazy.
Love.
Nothing makes me happier to be waking up with a low ticket alert on Rolling Stone. I was like, oh, Jack, you can wear your sweatsuit. Like, we're good. But anyway, yeah, we have some tickets available at ladyworld.co. So there's 2 tiers left, 300 for the weekend and 450. And that includes everything. That's like all your activities, all your daytime, venue, your bonfires, your shows, your everything. And then you can also book like little beach condos through us that are like in walking distance. It's really, really cute. And there's so many freebies. After this podcast, we're literally getting on with Elf Cosmetics, who's our presenting sponsor, and having a 2-hour meeting about what they're giving away for free as you walk through the festival. So it's going to be awesome.
And I don't put it past you guys to demand some good fucking giveaways. So
Give me
love free
that
shit.
primer,
Yeah, who doesn't?
primer.
Attendees of Lady World, you're going to feel like celebrities, and that's enough to just buy
That's
the
all
ticket.
you need.
Yeah. Well, Becca, Jack, and Keltie, thank you so much for doing this. And
Thank you.
hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I want to gab.